Hello everyone, welcome to the AI Club. My name is Uddesh Soman and I am currently BTech Electrical Engineering student at Ujjain Engineering College, 7th semester. So today we are going to have a look at regex library in Python. Regex library is something that we use for string manipulation, for text manipulation, text cleaning, and basically everything that we can do with text data. We do it using regex library uh, for our NLP, natural language processing. For text processing, we need certain functions to clean our text data, whatever we receive, like uh, articles or comments or tweets, all that. So for that, we'll have a look at regex demo. In this demo, we'll go through couple of regex features, how strings are manipulated, how strings, what kind of symbols are used to, create a particular sequence or command a particular sequence. So that we are going to do today. Mainly, we'll be looking at these four functions that are mentioned here. Find all function. Find all function will look for matches within the string. I'll explain it later. The search function will look for pattern matches. If you match a pattern, then a particular match object is returned. I'll go into detail of that when we see that part. Split function splits the string whenever it finds a match, and sub function is for substitution, for replacing a character with something that we specify. So let's go into the demo. Here are the bunch of symbols that we use for string manipulation, special sequences. This part is only a cheat sheet for in case you want a reference, in case you want details of how they work. Anyway, I'm going into worked out examples. So starting with, we'll look at a couple of symbols and what their meanings are and how they are used for text cleaning. So first of all, in order to call any function on certain text string, we'll need to first find whether the string exists in the whether that string or whether that word or whether that expression is available in our given string. So just an example here. The Avengers are Earth's mightiest heroes. This is one sentence. And in that, we'll call the search. So here we have imported the regular expression library. We'll just have to call the import RE statement, and you can call all the available functions from that. So re.search, in case re.search actually looks for expressions. If it finds the specified expression, then it will return a match object. So in case we have found the expression, we'll get this match object. If we found that, we'll print true. In case we do not find the match object, it will return the none, Python none, which means null. There is nothing. So that will our method will return none, and for that we'll print false. So just say here I'm going to explain what all these symbols mean. So the words here specified, the and heroes, they are part of string. And here, this upper quotation mark, this mark actually represent that the specified string actually is at the beginning of our text. So in case here the is at the beginning of our text. Yes, so that would mean yes. Also, this ampersand sign, this ampersand signs mean that the whatever string we have specified before the ampersand sign is at the end of sentence. Next up, dot or the dot operator that actually specifies that there are some character. That could be any character except the new line. So it could be spaces, it could be any alphanumeric characters, any symbols, all are allowed. Anything could be between these two strings. And plus actually takes the previous operator, previous sequence or previous operator and multiplies it over the whole string. So which means the dot actually represents a single character, any character but a single character. And plus means we should have at least one or more characters in between the specified strings. So let me just explain what this expression means here. This whole expression means that our string starts with the followed by any character. Those there could be one or more characters between the specified strings. Then it ends with heroes. So yeah, if you see in the text mentioned here, this string actually satisfies our condition. That means we receive the match object, which means our search actually appears. We receive the match object, and since we receive the match object, x won't be none, which means we'll get true. So for the purpose of this demo, you will have to actually keep track of what all these symbols mean. This one here means that the specified word after it, whatever the piece of string that is specified after it, actually is at the beginning of our target string. This is the target string, so it is the at the beginning. This ampersand sign, so anything that is before the ampersand sign is actually specified as at the end of target string. Dot means any number of characters, any character, any alphanumeric or symbolic character, and plus means repetition. It could be repeated one or more times. So that's what this means. Here we have received true. If I just break it down into different parts, so the at the beginning of sentence. Alternately, we can use this expression backslash a. Backslash a would mean the same, that the given piece of string should be at the beginning of our target string. So that's what it is. Since this condition is satisfied, hence we have received true here. If we are to print this match object, we'll repeat something as this. So match object, this object span actually means the position of those strings plus one index. So the here starts at 0 if we are to go into the indexing of strings. So it starts at 0 and ends at 2. So 2 plus 1, because plus one string for indexing purposes. So 0 to 3 is the span of the string. And whatever be the match, whatever be the string that has matched with the expression, that is the. So here we have it. So for this object, when we receive the match object, we have these methods and attributes. So span actually returns a tuple that contains the start and end position of match. Here you can see the span. Next string, it would return the string passed into the function. So if you call dot string, you will actually get this whole sentence. The Avengers are our mightiest heroes. You'll get this whole sentence. Group, calling the group method, this will actually return you the actual match string, whatever match it has found. So if you see here, I have just given simple demos. We can just call dot span or dot group. We'll get dot span will give us the index at which the match was found, starting index and ending index plus one. And dot group will actually give us the match string, matched expression. Next up, we should see if it actually expressions are valid. So we see if the is present at the end of sentence. So the is not at the end of string or target string. So it would obviously return false. The return type would be none. So it won't satisfy this if condition. It will actually end up at the else condition and will get false. So next up, yeah, this backslash b. Backslash b actually specifies that the particular given string could be either at the beginning or the end of string. So if you are using backslash b, make sure that backslash b at the end of string would mean at the end of sentence. So heroes backslash b. So it would look for heroes at the end of string. And here in the next example, we have backslash b at the starting, backslash b followed by the string the, which means the this part of string or expression should be at the beginning of sentence or beginning of the string. So that's how backslash b operates.
Someone,
Yeah,
why it is we have put R in
yeah.
for?
I was coming to that.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Because here the backslash is identified as special characters. If you remember in Python, or mostly in most of the programming languages, when we are using strings, we specify backslash n for new line, backslash t for tab, backslash s for space. So in order to avoid treating them as special characters, if it treats backslash b as a special character, it might cause an error. So R here actually specifies that this is not a coded string, but a raw string. R is a type of string, so raw string. R specified at the beginning means it is a raw string. That means this backslash does not represent a special sequence or a special character, but as a part of string. So again, the regular expression would treat it internally. We don't have to bother about that. But for using the for using strings, it is for specific functions we need to do the backslash. Sorry, we need to use the raw string. Not in most cases, but for some cases when it raises error, we have to use this raw string. Apart from that, we also have the unicoded string. Um, Here we'll have to just specify U. This would be unicoded string, and if we keep it as such, it would be a normal string. I think it has some UTF-8 encoding. Not sure, but yeah, these are string encoding, so we don't have to bother about that. Just keep in mind that for certain strings, we are required to provide the raw string. Next up, yeah, this capital B backslash capital B backslash capital B specify is actually opposite of the smaller case b. Backslash capital B, this actually specifies that whatever the expression that we have specified is neither at the end of sentence nor at the beginning, just opposite of the previous one, neither at the end nor at the beginning. So here I've used EARS, ERS, sorry. So you can see ERS is not at the beginning of string, neither at the end of string. It's actually here somewhere in the middle of string. So that's how we call anything that is in the middle of string. Next up, if we yeah, this is one is actually a great example of find all function. So find all will first let me introduce you to find all function. Find all function will do, it will take your entire string, anything that matches the expression, anything that satisfies the condition of our expression will end up in the form of list. You can see here this kind of list, and any character that is previously included in the list is actually is obviously discarded from the rest of the string. So the and the whole word the does not actually make a single string but two different parts. So that's the find all function. I'll go into more details of find all function. For now, we'll just see the operator here. It's backslash d backslash capital D. Backslash capital D specifies not digits. Means whatever be the character which is not a digit should end up as a result of find all. So the result of find all is actually a list. So here we get a list of all the characters in string that are not digits. Here. Again, in order
So,
to
Soman, what will happen if, yeah, you have read it small d? Yeah, okay, got it.
yeah,
Next is
in
small
case
d, na? Slash,
yeah,
backslash small d.
backslash small d. In case we need to find digits, then we just add backslash small d. So that would give us everything, uh, every digit that is available in our string. So here we are 231651 because we have added this these digits at the end of our string. Doesn't matter, the digits could be present anywhere in the string. It would just find them and return them in the form of this list. Next up, we have backslash s. Backslash s actually refers to spaces. So all the spaces that are there in our string, we have found them. So spaces actually make for nothing. So they are just quotes with empty space between them. That's it. That's the return of find all function.
So we can find the, we can print the indices of spaces also, right?
For that, we'll have to use the search function
Yeah, search function. And we can
because
print, because if you print just spaces like this, it is of no use to me. Like, because so many spaces are there, I come to know. But where are
yeah,
they? So I don't have any value for these spaces, these five
yeah,
spaces.
find
So
all find all func find all function is more like extracting information out of
yeah,
your
yeah,
data set and not
yeah,
actually manipulating the string.
yeah. But if you want the indices, I think you have to use the search function.
Yeah,
Because I want to know which index, which I, the
mm,
search is present, the space is present. So that's what I can search
yeah,
from search.
yeah. We'll have one more example upcoming. I'll show you then when it comes. So next up, if we want to get everything except the spaces, so we'll call this capital S backslash capital S, which means everything excluding the spaces. So we have every character from our string, which is not a space. Now, if we want to get other characters like alphabet, numericals, and underscore, and all that, for that we'll have to use this backslash W because otherwise this backslash capital S might miss out on numeric characters. It might miss out on symbols because as we are going to see in the upcoming examples that some the symbols actually have meaning in expressions in order to get the symbols as well. So the symbols meaning any alphabetical symbol, numbers means digits, and underscore. If you want to get all that, we'll have to call backslash w. So backslash w refers to word characters. We'll
Someone,
get all the word characters.
can we work with the example actually? So just put some special characters in between that. And so I think you have to run it from the beginning because it's showing not trusted on the top.
Yeah, actually, I restarted it. Maybe.
So you have to make it trusted first, and then only you can do that.
Why isn't it on my
No, you
screen?
have to toggle the header and all. You have to see header.
No, actually, header is not visible to me.
Okay. Just try to run.
Yeah,
Please
I'll just
run.
this one, right? So if you see here, we have not received the plus and minus. Plus and minus are actually special symbols, so we have not received that. But if I add an underscore here, yeah, we got that underscore. Again, if there are any digits in our text, we'll receive our digits as well.
Yeah, thanks so much.
So, and if you want everything, if you want to avoid all these characters, alphabet, numbers, and underscore, then we'll have to get this backslash w. Backslash capital W will
It is
is
very
actually
simple to
opposite of W.
remember. If you want, put the small case, and if you don't want, put the same thing in big case,
Yeah, just remember the
capitals.
smaller case commands, and anything opposite of that will be in uppercase.
Yeah, easy to remember. Yeah.
Next up, we have backslash z. So as we had the ampersand sign for at the end, specifying that the expression is at end of string. Similarly, we have backslash capital Z. That means the same at the end of string. We'll get here. Next up, yeah, simple demo of find all function. So here I've created a sentence. Hello, my name is Uddesh Soman. I'm a student of bachelor's degree course at Ujjain Engineering College. So that's our text. And the find all function, as I said, it returns a list of all the matches. So I've provided here an expression DE. So everywhere this expression is met, we'll get a it will be added in the list and we'll finally have that list. These all functions are actually simple. We can do it by hard coding, but they are already built in regular expressions, so it's easier to use it that way. So here, if you see DE actually comes at here once in my name and DE at student. You see here this one DE and degrees. Actually, D is in capital uppercase. That's why it has not included that. If the whole string is converted into lowercase, then we'll get the result, which means that DE will also be included. Again, if I select an expression that is not in my string, then I will get an empty list like here. So these are a
No,
couple of
no, someone
interesting
what
functions.
B means what? I just not under. Oh, okay.
Nothing, it's just
Okay,
an
so yeah, it
expression.
is not there in my string, so empty string has come.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks.
Okay. So this one is actually a bit interesting part. In case you want to provide a range of characters to look from, then we can have this kind of expression. Any range, any range is provided within these square brackets. So A to M. Sorry. This actually means all characters that are available between A to M. And A to M means smaller case, lower case. So all the characters that are in this string belonging to this range, lowercase a to lowercase m, end up in this string. So if you see here U, S, and all the T, these characters are not present because they come after M and not in the specified range. So that's how we give. If we are to look for specific characters, specific list of characters, then we'll go for AR. We'll just provide our specific characters in the square brackets. If we directly provide them, which means just like this, it will look for the whole expression ARN. But if you want to look for AR and N separately, means individually, then we'll have to provide them in these square brackets. Next up, if you want to inverse, that means every character except ARN, every characters which is not ARN. So earlier we have seen using of capital case. In case of in case we are specifying a list using these square brackets, we just need to put this upper quote symbol, and it would mean every character except those which are specified. So every character except A, R, and N. So here, if you see, we have A here in name. So whole hello was included, comma was included, blank space was included, my, and again one blank space, and N and A, because N and A was specified here. So N and A are excluded here, and it continued from ME. So that's how we get all the characters except those specified. If you want to exclude any specified characters, that's how we do it. Next up, if we want to specify any range, including upper and lower case. So this is the way of doing it. Again, in square brackets, first the range for lowercase alphabets, so A to I, and again for uppercase alphabet. Do not leave any spaces. Any space would actually disturb the expression. So this expression actually means we have a particular range for lowercase as well as uppercase. We can specify different ranges for both these cases that we'll have to do. And also one more important thing to remember, please do not include any character that follows the end character. Like if I'm using here I cannot put M here. That would be a wrong expression and it won't be accepted. It would raise an error. Next up, yeah. As I said earlier, because some symbols are actually used as special characters in expressions. So in order to find those special characters in string, because we cannot specify them here in expression. If we just go with plus, plus would mean any character, zero or one character, and that plus is actually for multiplier, and since there is nothing before plus, it would raise an error. So to avoid that and actually specify that plus here, we are referring to a string and not any meaning, but a simple string plus character. We'll have using square brackets, we can specify that plus is a character, and by calling the find all function, we get list of plus all the pluses that are available in our string. So here I've added only two, so we got two pluses. Next up, if we want to find any number, so earlier the same thing that we did with text, did with alphabetical characters. So specify a number in specify numbers in square brackets that you want to look for. Here I've included 156. So if there is any match for 1 or 5 or 6, it will be included in our list. So here it was, I just added 1, 2, 3 here. So we only had match for 1. So one was found. If you want to uh, accept those characters, every character except those are specified. So again, the symbol followed by the numbers. So if you see here, yeah, 1 was excluded and 2 and 3 are included in the find all return. Again, if we want to specify a range of numbers to look from, range of digits to look from, so we can specify here. Here I specified 0 to 10, which means all the digits. So the whole number I added here ended up in the list. Yeah. Next up, coming to the operators. Couple of operators that we are going to see: the star operator. Star or asterisk operator actually means that whatever be before this operator, like here we have C, so AB followed by multiple number of C's. Star operator means 0 or more. So even if there is AB, will get a result. Even if there is ABC, will get a result. If we have ABCCC, we'll get the result. So star operator means 0 or more, so kind of all are included here. The question mark operator, yeah, this one means 1 or 0 character. Plus operator was 1 or more. Asterisk operator is 0 or more. Star operator is 1 or 0, just 1 or 0. So here if you see, on calling on this function, it excluded the additional C's. It just went for each expression in string, took the part where it was single iteration of single iteration of C, and excluded every other C from behind. Yeah. If we want to specify that we need certain number of repetitions, a certain fixed number of repetitions, for that we can use the curly braces. So in curly braces, you can specify the number of iterations that you want. So here we want 3 repetitions of C. So any string that has 3 repetitions of C is returned. So this one here, it has 4, so the last C will be excluded. This one here is 5, so the last two C's will be excluded, and the rest of the part actually ends up as a result. Next up, if we want a range, if you want to specify that these occur up a certain sequence is repeated in a range. So for that, curly braces means that symbol followed by curly braces. Sorry. Yeah, means that symbol followed by the curly braces. So here we get in the range of 2 to 4 C's. So up until this, all strings were repeated, and from the following strings, C was means the ending C's were excluded. So that was it. If we want to actually restrict or group a particular piece of string, if you want to group a particular string, because here it was just looking for C. If you want to add more characters to your sequence, then we add parenthesis, and within parenthesis we specify the expression that we want a whole sequence, and followed by the curly braces. And in curly braces, you can specify the number of repetitions that you are allowing. So here we specified that uh, two number of occurrences. So here we have, and again we can provide we can group a sequence and then provide a range. So we get output like this. Yeah, again coming back to the digits, this was one important example. If we want to create if we want to find two-digit characters, earlier if you remember, only single digit characters were returned. But if you want two digit, three digit, four digit, how do we do that? So for that, it is simple. We can use this again. We can use the curly brace square brackets, and within square brackets, we specify range to find those numbers. So 0 to 5 and 0 to 9 actually creates a lookup for all the numbers that occur between 00 to 59. Means all the combination that we create from these range actually lie between these. And if you see here, it finds 13 and 15 because we have specified a two-digit number. So it found 13. Since 13 was found, this 13 was excluded. Next lookup was done for 15. 15 was excluded. Now it was just one, but since this example is actually for two-digit number,
Suman, then in this 51 also should come, no? Because it is 00 to 59,
sir,
so 51 also
sir,
should come.
it excluded. No, it first found 13. It excluded 13. Then it found 15. So 15 was also excluded. So there is no 5 remain to create 51.
Okay, okay,
We were
thanks.
just left with 1.
Yeah, thanks.
So that's how we do it. Coming to symbols. So the dot operator that we saw earlier actually means any character except new line. So you could have any character except new line. So here we have couple of versions of hello. Some of them are misspelled just to create an example case. So if we call here HE followed by any two characters and ending with O, this would be the meaning of our expression. Our expression is HE, any two characters except new line. We cannot have a new line here. So HE followed by any two characters and O. And if you see here we haven't used that raw string, because if it were a raw string, it would not treat backslash n as a new line, but it would treat backslash n as a string. So that's why, to avoid that, here we don't put the raw string. We just enter the normal string. So every expression that is HE followed by any two characters. So here we have D, have SD, and then ending with O. So these expressions were returned or found in our string. Next up, if we make any specific string, just a specific string like hello, so we'll get only those strings that are exact match of those of the specified string. So here we have hello and hello. These are exact matches of the specified string. Single dot operator, uh, one dot operator refers to allows actually only one character. So single dot operator would give us hello. As I said, asterisk would mean one. Asterisk would mean zero or more. So here we have dot operator followed by asterisk. So between HE and O, we can have zero or more characters. We can have zero or more characters, zero or more spaces, anything except new line. So that will give us an output like this, the whole string actually, because the whole string would include HE followed by this whole part. This whole part would be treated as a single string, which means dot followed by star operator. All the characters will be included, including spaces. So if you see here, our output is actually a single string, not not every separate string, but a single string. So, okay, why is this example repeated? I think it was supposed to be the plus operator. Yeah. So you see, plus operator works in the same way, but plus operator actually means one or more occurrences. So if we had here HEO, it sorry, not here. Here, HEO, it would with one or more. Actually, yeah, it's actually considering the whole string, na? If let me just create an example for you. Yeah, no. Now this is an empty string because it does not consider the zero case, which means zero occurrence is not allowed. We'll need to have at least one occurrence. But if I add asterisk here, HEO is included.
No, but there is a space between single quote and that age. Can you remove and try?
Right.
Yeah, just right.
It won't consider the space because since our expression starts with HE, it will start at HE. It would
So
not
no, then
consider
so then it is coming wrong. Na, see,
why.
HEO should not come, right? Because
But for
dot and star means one or more.
no, dot and star means zero or
Zero or
more.
more, yeah.
Plus and star, dot and plus means one or more.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah,
So if
correct.
I go,
Thanks.
yeah. So again, we have this question mark operator. Question mark operator actually restricts us to zero or one occurrence. So for zero or one occurrence, here we have HEO and HELO. It would not consider this HELO because there are actually two characters between HE and O. And our condition was zero or one. So that's how we get these characters. If we need exactly specified number of occurrences, so dot operator specifying that any string and any string and allowing only eight occurrences. So for that we provided the range in curly braces. So here we have this part of string. If you see here between HE and this last O, we have LLO 3, then a space 4 and HEDF. So that is actually 8 characters, the same that we specified. And again in this string, there are 8 characters between HE and O. So we got this one as a result as well. Next up, this pipe operator. Pipe operator is actually to specify or to have, if you want multiple conditions satisfied and multiple conditions in an or operation, either this or both. For that, we use the pipe operator. So here I have used for HELO and FUN. So it would, if it finds hello, it would return. If it finds fun, it would return. If it finds both, it would return as well. So here in our string, we find these both. Next up, yeah. Now we have the split method. Now we come to the split method. Split method actually, based on the expression that is provided between the quotes, divides your string. So if you see here I have provided backslash s. If you remember, backslash s represents space, single space character. So here our string is actually split at every space. So here we have separate splitting at space, and all the word these actually are all the words that have come here. We can split at any character or expression as well. So here I have specified E, split at E. So everywhere there was the E was excluded and the string was split. So E was excluded. LLO, comma, my, NAM. Then E is here, so it was split at E. Then again there is E in my name, so it was split at that point. Again at student and bachelors and all. So you see here, that's how splitting works. You can split at space or any character. Next up we have split, max split. There is parameter max split. Max split actually uh, gives how many number of splits that we require. If you backslash e would backslash e, sorry, if you see here, backslash s actually splits the string at string everywhere space is found. Similarly, this character E spelled here actually splits the string everywhere the E character is found. But if we want to restrict the number of splits, then we say here max split is equals to 2. Max split is equals to 2 means split the string for E only 2 times. So one time here at here E, and then next time at NAME. So for this E, it split for only these two conditions. The rest of the string is as it is without any splitting. Next up, we have substitute. If you want to substitute a particular expression, we create this. So here we have target. Substitute takes in parameters as target. Target means whatever that string, whatever expression that we are looking for, whatever expression that we want to replace it with. So here I have this sentence. This is bird, this is cat, this is dog, this is an elephant. So see here, all the T's are in lowercase. I want to replace this with this expression. I want to replace the word this in lowercase with T in this having T in uppercase. So the target followed by replacement and then our string. I call that I get X. X is actually a string. Here, if you see, the result of split was list, find all's return was list, sub's result is a string. So here we have this string. Again, if we want to restrict the number of substitutions, we add another parameter. We just specify the number of substitutions that we want. And if you see here, it only substituted this for 2 times. First in bird, then for cat, and these two this remain the same. So these were how to use regular expression for string manipulation. We can create functions out of these regular expressions, and if you have the whole data set, you can call that function using the lambda operator, and you can call this function on the entire data set and manipulate the strings as you require. So that was all for today's demonstration. It was a simple demonstration for regular expression module. So thank you very much. If you have any question, if you want other experiments with the strings, please let me know. We can do it.
Thanks, Uddesh, as usual, for a very great and wonderful demonstration. So thanks from everybody's side. I thank you. And I want to add here is that these regular expressions looks like a lot of things you need to remember. And sometimes the regular expressions may get very complex, very, very complex. So to build a regular expressions, there are some software tools which are available in the in the internet, free tools are available which help you to build the regular expressions. Like you want to specify a particular pattern, and if pattern is very complex, so a combination of star, plus, and all these kind of regular expression, if you want to build up. So that kind of some tools are available to do that, and but we are not converting, we are not covering them in this course. But you need to remember that there are some tools which help you to build regular expression, which you can use in your Python functions. Yeah. So thanks, Uddesh, for a wonderful demo. So I
Thank you.
think that's the end of it. And I